Yeah, sorry, I'm tired. I haven't slept much the past few days, and I'm just tired. It is what it is. But I want to say hi to some folks, to everybody coming in. Sorry, I'm looking to see. Got Karen H. Hi, sweetheart. And Ricky, and Sam, and Cecilia. Hi, Kimberly. Uh, let me scoot this just a touch because I'm not liking that. That'll work. So I hope you all been doing good. Like I said, I've just been working on a lot of stuff. New kind of a lace pattern. It's the Dementia wrap. But what I worked up, now I've changed it. So, hi Steve's girl. Hi Jim. And hi Manuela. I've changed it up. So what I'm going to show you isn't what is actually going to come out. It's similar, but I was working with it and I literally finished this like an hour ago. And anyway, so I still got ends everywhere. But this is just the gist of what I had, what I'm working up, what I worked up for it. It's just the gist. The pattern's changing, but that's what I have worked up. And the pattern's changing, so I'll be filming that here. I want it to come out on June 1st, which starts Dementia Awareness Month, and it's also the day my mother passed away, so I want to have it come out on that day. So I'm going to start filming it probably in about 2 weeks, because that's just a workup. It told me what I need to change, and it's going to change. It's done in 2/8. It's going to be a lighter purple wisteria whenever I work it up on camera. And working this up for what I was doing it for kind of was a little emotional roller coaster, but I got through it. And well, thank you all. And hi Diana and S.L. Smith and Jackie and Steve's girl. Then I did finish a shawl. This is Grumpy Granny, and it's of course ends, but this was done in a 3/8, and I'm going to do the actual tutorial in a 2/8 so I can have the measurements of the yardage used for 2 and a 3. Let me find the top. But it's a nice little shawl, nice lacy stitch, and it is, the good thing about this stitch is it's two-sided. So I don't know, Jim. My hands just don't really cramp. It's more my like tennis elbow area that cramps up for me. Hi Vivian. Hi Michelle. Hi Vima. It's more of, for me, it's like a tennis elbow. And that's usually on blankets. But this stuff, I really don't get a cramp on it. Now, was it last week or week before last, when Michi did her celebration live, I donated a throw. The throw is not done. Hadn't even started yet, which I'm going to be starting today. Well, thank you, Jim. I try to, there's over, like now I'm up to 512 Tunisian stitches on my spreadsheet, and I'm trying to get them all out. But, right now I think I have 65 on my channel. of the different Tunisian stitches, so there's a lot more to go. But I haven't started that blanket yet, and it's going to be an easier blanket. But it's dual purpose because it's going to teach a tutorial too. High React Black. I do not, Jim. We're going to get on that part here in a minute. It's Jacob's ladder. I'm going to show you how to do a Jacob's ladder in Tunisian. And that way, because there is a way to do it in Tunisian. A lot of people try to do it kind of without cursing, backwards. And I want to show the proper way to do it. So that blanket that I'm going to be making for that winner that won on Michi's live, which is Rob, the crochet guy, it'll be done in that, so that way I can also make the tutorial. And then there's a really cool blanket idea that came to my mind, and it involves using the two different, like the bitty stripes. It involves using the rainbow and crayon, and it's going to be a kaleidoscope, but it's also going to be looking like in my mind, I know what it looks like. It's hard to describe it, but it's almost like little gemstones, mosaic tile thing, but I'm going to do it in a kaleidoscope pattern. So that way, two birds with one stone. Create a new pattern and kaleidoscope. And let's see who, Sandy. My dad was an Air Force colonel, very deep, sensitive missile locations. And okay. I spent 5 years POW after being shut down. Okay. After that life, it was heartbreaking to watch dementia form. Yes. And trust me, my mom got dementia. She was diagnosed in July of 2023 and then passed away in June 2024. It progressed really fast for her. And hi, Lori, Froggy, and hi, Heidi. Oh, thank you. No problem, Lori. There's just a lot I got going on. I got a mess ton of shawls. Oh, my paper's on the other side of the desk. There's a mess ton of shawls. Chris K, there's one I literally just cannot figure out. I'm going to play with it a little bit more when I have more time to diddle with it or fiddle with it. And that one's causing me issues. I don't know why it's causing me issues. Just like trying to figure out the granny stitch in Tunisian has been causing me issues. Like, I know it's simple. It is so simple. It's causing me issues, and I don't know why. So it's like, trying to figure out new stitches. I put that off on the back burner for right now because my mind's going a mile a minute right now with all these other stuff, because I've got stuff in the mail that I have been waiting on for months. I contacted Crochet Guild of America. I've contacted the Yarn Council of America and a content creator who creates baby stuff. I got measurements that I can actually base a bunch of baby stuff off of now, instead of just, because I wanted good, reliable measurements, not just measurements off some willy-nilly website. So I wanted good, reliable measurements, because now, like the baby stuff I have in my head, and no, we don't do that on this, so goodbye. Um, the baby measurements, the stuff I have in my head is just going to be phenomenal, and just a lot going on that aspect too. So my mind's constantly it's constantly going between the baby stuff that I have, the shawls and blankets. I'm just going 90 miles a minute now. I meant to do something. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I should have done that already. I don't know why I didn't. Boom. That'll work. Save. Sorry. I should have done that, and I don't know why I didn't. Well, hello. Go to where I want you to go. Oh, gosh. There we go. So that's my fault. Because I set these lives on my phone before, and I go live on my iPad. And I keep forgetting every time on my phone to rotate my phone. So we just sticking with vertical, and it goes to their feeds, and everybody and their mama can come. And I just keep forgetting every time I set it up, because with my iPad, I can still hide the little man and I don't see nothing. So it doesn't affect my anxiety. And I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, because I have so many ideas going through my head right now. Now, Jim asked about a book, and this is where I have an announcement to make. And hey, Zach. Yeah, right. Um, my lives are going to start cutting down a little bit, mainly because I need to bust out a lot of content, because starting the beginning of next year, we're going to start building a book. We are going to be putting all these stitches that I know and get them into a book. And you're going to start seeing that process kind of happening on my channel, because a lot of the older stitches that I did when I first started, and I had no idea what the heck I was doing with filming and editing and whatever, you're going to see those getting redone. That's when you know, oh, I'm redoing the stitch for camera purposes, but I might as well refilm the new stitch. So, and I'm going to be filming and taking pictures of a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be making. So things are going to get a lot busy around here. We're going to start buckling down in 2026 and getting this done. A lot of the stuff that I need to film now and until the end of the year is stuff that's going to come out between now and middle of next year. The crochet alongs, a lot of other content. And if you're noticing right now, the stitches that are coming out, there are a lot of lace stitches. That is because, well, one, it's getting warmer, and Tunisian crochet is a thick fabric anyway. So if I can make it not as thick, so I'm putting out all these lace stitches. We're going to have lace stitches for a couple months, and stuff kind of made in those lace stitches as well, as much as I can, because there's still other stuff I want to make, and trying to get all that done, so that way when 2026 hits, we can hit the ground running on I don't know what we're really going to call it, truthfully. We're going to have 2 books. We're going to have a beginner, where it kind of goes over the 5 basic stitches, or what I call 5 basics, and the basics of Tunisian crochet. And then we're going to come out with like an encyclopedia type thing that's going to have all 500 and something stitches that I have. So that way it everything just, that way I can get that done, and I've already have content filmed, so I don't have to worry about stopping doing what we're doing with the book, film content, and get back to it. It's all kind of done. I am a couple months ahead. But I want to be almost a year ahead because of that process. It's going to take a lot of work between me and Panda editing it, putting it right, doing all the wording, and me taking the pictures and all that happy stuff. It's going to take a while, and it's going to be a slower process than what I'm going to say going to be a slow process because I'm not going to put out a half-assed picture. From what I understand, there's a couple Tunisian books out there that do black and white pictures. Like, why? You can't see nothing in black and white. But, yes, Steve, girl, exactly. And I just want to give the best product that I can to you guys, but also easy stuff, trying to keep it as beginner friendly as possible still. Now, there's going to be times where I just can't possibly do that. And it's going to be either intermediate or advanced just because of what I'm doing. I've got a lot of textured blankets coming out this year too. There's quite a few. And then there's a lot of stuff coming out. Not really so much as, well, I've got the Bolero. I've got a mess ton of shawls that I have designed and ready to start working up. And of course, blankets. But like, I don't know what you want to call it, outerwear. I don't know. That stuff I'm not really I'm going to maybe do a cardigan this year, and then next year after the book stuff, that's whenever a lot of that other stuff's going to come out, because some of that stuff I want to save for the books too. And there's just a lot, and it's going to get down to starting, like I said, 2026. It's just going to be hitting the ground running on this book idea and get these books done. We're going to have yes, Chris K. We've already talked about that. We're going to offer some spiral bound, but it's going to be a lot of ebook. Of course, the spiral bound is going to be a little bit more than the ebook because of that reason, but yes. Steve, well, we're thinking I'm going to get more of the dry erase contact paper, whatever it is, and put it on that closet door. And that's going to turn into the door for the book and ideas and all that happy stuff. And yes, it will, but it's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of work between me and Panda. We got to buy, I want to say it was Illustrator, Microsoft Illustrator. I think that's what it is. We have to buy so we can do that. Otherwise, I don't want to do it in Word and then export it to PDF. I think that's crappy. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. And it's going to be a little bit pricey, but it's got to get it needs to be done, because yes, there's Tunisian stitch encyclopedias out there. I think the current one out there has maybe 250, 300 stitches in it, maybe, where the one I'm going to put out is going to have 500 plus stitches. There's going to be just a lot. I've got a lot going on, a lot on the plate. I'm not saying I'm not going to go live anymore, but what I'm saying is, it's going to go slow way down more than what it already is, so that way I can concentrate and double film, if that makes sense, so I can film more and get more banked up and ready for next year. Plus, I got the design. I still need to work it up for the crochet along for 2026. I already got the design. I just need to start working it up, and I plan on start working that up in July, so that way I can get everything. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Ganny Joe. Well, thank you. And just a lot. It's going to be a lot going on. There's going to be, plus writing the patterns for this stuff too. It slows me way down. But what I found that I can do is while I'm crocheting it up, I have been making the pattern at the same time, which slows me down a little bit, but I'm killing two birds with one stone. A slower stone, but still. The pattern for the dementia awareness has already been re-edited because I made it up, worked it up to make sure everything works. And then when I got done with it, I was like, I'm not liking this. I'm going to move some stuff around. So we moved some stuff around and that pattern's done. I just need to work it up for the tutorial. And yes, exactly. Yes. And there's just a lot. I mean, now I will do pop-ups. I will go on other people's channels. Like May 8th, I am going to be on These Creative Hands. I'll show up on Craig's channel every now and then. I'll show up on Mikey's channel when he invites me up. You know, I'm just trying to. Hey, Fuzzy Butt. I'm just trying to get all my other ducks in a row so that way I can be ready for the beginning of the year so we can hit the ground running with the book. There was something I wanted to say, and I don't know what it was. Don't know. I know last week I was supposed to come out with what's it called? A Mother's Gift, which is the Rwana. Last week I took a me week. I needed a me week to where I could just focus on myself. Hey, Sandra. Well, thank you, sweetie. Hi, Margie. And I needed a me week, and I just did me. You know, I didn't really jump on YouTube much at all. I do watch a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. I do watch a lot of people. I lurk a lot, or I watch the replays because my sleeping schedule is all over the place. I haven't been to bed since I woke up yesterday, and it's not from lack of trying. I get my mind just keeps going, and I just can't shut it off, and I can't sleep, or my legs are hurting because of my nerve condition. So I just don't get a lot of sleep, and I get a lot done though. Oh, Kendra, thank you so much. S.L. Smith, Coley, and Debbie, Trish, and Gail. Congratulations. Thank you, Kendra. Let's see, we all need some me time. Yes. And my goal is to also, for the past year and some change, Panda has been taking a back seat because he knew what I wanted to do, and he knew literally, okay. Right, yes, we got some stuff coming in too here. Something y'all really don't know about me. You guys, along with Panda, literally have saved my life. Believe it or not. I'm not going to get sappy. I'm not going to get that. My mind was in a dark spot. I started YouTube. You guys have kept me out of that dark spot, that dark place that we don't like going to. So thank you all for that. And all the love we get just keeps me going. Thank you. I mean, you guys saved my life, so thank you. Hey, Andrea and Amber. Okay, Kendra, have a good day. Oh, thank you, Margie. We're going to be doing it again this year too. And everybody who was on it this last year has agreed to do it again. And then there's going to be some more people. So we'll get it going. Well, thank you. Thank you, Andrea. And hi, Winsome. And we will be, when that magic number happens, we will be doing a Hey Crochet Jojo, a big giveaway. We don't know when that will happen, but we are preparing for it. Me and some people have already volunteered that they want to give stuff away for it too. So when we get ready to do that, 1 second, sorry. Okay, so when we get ready to do that, I'll let everybody know a week or so in advance of when that big giveaway is going to happen. Of course, it's the big magic number that, right, Sandra, that we're going to do the giveaway for. And I don't know when that's going to happen. So when it happens, we'll announce when the giveaway is. And it's creeping there. So I don't know. Maybe 2, 3, 4 months. I mean, it could happen at Christmas. Who knows? You know, it's YouTube. Who knows? Oh, thank you, Lori. Oh, thank you, Ricky. You guys are just so supportive. It's, and I chose this time to do these because I know, like, if I see big numbers in my chats, and it freaks me out, my anxiety goes off, because there was a couple mornings that I've had, when I do my late night or early morning lives, I get 200-300 people in there, and I'm like, what the heck? It my anxiety going. So I try to pick my time for my scheduled stuff to be early, so that way there's not a lot. They can catch the replay. So thank you for watching the replay if you're watching the replay. And also, I meant to say this at the beginning, if you're new to my channel, thank you for subscribing. And my returning guys, thank y'all so much. And yeah, you guys are just, like I said, y'all are phenomenal. Awesome. Oh yeah, Steve Jobs. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Like, stress really doesn't react to me like it does some people, or makes them sick. Stress actually brings out the best of me. Now, anxiety, on the other hand, is a different story, and I take anxiety pills for my heart for that. But I got one thing I need to do before the end of the month. Where are we going? And do it. And there we go. Renee Unraveled, Cali Girl, Donna Zvine, Tina and Gertrude channel, and Maribel is hooked. Scrap Tunisian blanket, where that's awesome. I see, like, one thing I haven't done on my channel, and I should have done it from the get-go. It's mainly because I don't like doing it, but that is interlock. I know I should have it on there, right? I need to have it on there. I just don't like doing it. Same with 10 stitch. I don't. Oh, Ricky, thank you so much. Hot Damn Elaine, Dottie Murphy, ooh, Be Creative, Craft Pam, Lisa Hoffman, and Lois. My letters are deal. I should have had that on my channel from the get-go. I just don't like doing it. I don't know why. that interlock and 10 stitch, I just personally don't like doing them. I don't know why, but I still need to do it. So I'm going to do one, and I've got a mess ton of rave yarn, so I'm going to do it in the rave yarns. And thank you again, Ricky, and thank you again, Kendra, both of you. Thank y'all so much. Hey, Kiwi. And yeah, Diana, it is, but I don't know why. Like, I like the complicated stuff. I really do. My love in Tunisian that I love really doing, but I will never do it on my channel because those videos will be like 15, 20, 30 hours long. I love doing Tunisian like tapestry color work. I love doing that because switching out the colors or carrying the colors, all that, it keeps my mind active, whereas the mindless stuff really doesn't, and I can fall into my dark spot that I don't want to be in. I'm gonna do it. It's just it's gonna happen sometime this summer because I have, like I said, I have a mess ton of the rave yarn, and I thought, if I can do it in the rave yarns, it'll look really good. Plus I'll get rid of some of the rave yarns, and there's no like. I know there was people out there who went to Joann's and literally bought up everything. Well, welcome. Oh, Kimmy's 9 months. Nice. And welcome, Kiwi. Welcome, Ganny Joe. Oh, my goodness, you guys. Thank you all. They went to Joann's and bought up all the yarn that they could get. Oh, Mikey? Yeah. Um, because they had intentions of selling it after Joann's closed. Well, we all know what's happening to Big Twist now. As soon as Joann's doors close, it's going to be on Hirschner's. So, but here's the thing, though. They didn't per se. Hi, Carrie. Um, yeah, it's now 40% off. Yeah, but at Joann's. But here's the thing: Hirschner's can't have it on their website and sell it until Joann's closes their door. But they're not the only one that has. They're the only one who can carry the Big Twist name and same product. But there is somebody else out there who has the Big Twist product, but under a different name. And that was the agreement. Is they were able to get the same yarn formula, so to speak, from the same manufacturer, just that they carry it under a different name. But it's the exact same stuff. And that is Hobby. Their crafting acrylic is exactly Big Twist. There's no deviation. Look at the color. Go look at the colors. They got Varsity Orange, Varsity Blue, Cinnamon, which were all trademarked names for colors by Big Twist. So they're able to carry those, but not under the Big Twist name. So you have two options. Do you want to order it from Denmark and wait for it to get here, or do you want to order it from Hirschner's and wait a few days and have it? The Hobby yarn, Sanita, is called Crafting. Oh, let me double check that, okay? I think it's called Crafting. Sorry, I want to make sure I hit the right one. Yes, it's called Crafting Acrylic. And all the stats, all the colors, They don't have all colors, but they have pretty much majority. Like, you know, they got varsity red, varsity blues, my favorite dark teal, and it is the exact same formulas. Um, Titanium gray, you know, soft gray, olive drab, light green, green gecko, Nile green. Hey, Carol. No worries, sweetie. So it's the exact same stuff as what Big Twist has, just they have to carry it under a different name. Yeah, it's not a lot of colors yet. They're getting there because about a week ago, when they first brought them out, they only had 20 colors up there. So they're getting more and more colors. So I don't know what all Hirschner's is going to carry from Big Twist. I don't. I'm only guessing at the popular stuff like the Menage. You got the Vortex. I don't know. I just know that as of the last time I contacted, used to be the vice president of marketing for Joann. That was my contact at Joann. Now they're the VP of, oh my gosh, the company that bought Joann's, GA something, J Partners. I think that's what it's called. Now he's the vice president of that. And they told me that as of that time, and I want to say it was the day the Hirschner stuff came out. The Hirschner's news came out. I was talking to him that night, and he told me that as of that at that time, the Rave line was not picked up. And I want to say the cotton line wasn't picked up. That Hirschner was nitpicking and was wanting to get the more popular, which is fine, you know, the more popular lines. There we go. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Get the more popular lines from them, and which they did. They get the value acrylic, from what I understood. I forgot to even talk about, you know, the Vortex or Menagerie, but you think as popular as those were, they should have those? I don't know. I do know with that they will have the value acrylic. That I definitely know because that was Big Twist's biggest seller, period. I don't know about the Posh. It didn't even cross my mind to ask about a lot of these because I was super excited that it's continuing. And plus that same day I hit 80K and I was just overexcited. So a lot didn't register to ask. I bet this really puts a dent in the plans for those people that ran out of. And you know, Kiwi, I was going to say that the people who went and like stocked up because they thought, okay, well, as soon as Joann's doors close, they're going to give it a few months and start selling that stuff, you know, for 5 to 10 times more than what it should be. I just put a dent in all that, depending on what they carry. Hey, Jazz, Rebecca and Marianne, you know, it depends on what, you know, Hirschner's is going to carry. Because if Hirschner's doesn't carry Vortex, and they're not going to carry the Menagerie, then those, you know, or even the Raves, you know, then those can still fetch a pretty penny. But I wouldn't do that. I mean, I've got too many plans. When I see a yarn, I've already got plans for it. And if it doesn't have plans, it sits there and then I'll wait for it to tell me. And it'll sit up here before it tells me what it wants to be. If it's already got a plan, it's sitting in a bin, already marked with what it's going to be. Oh wow, okay, so it does. I don't think they will for the Juicy Couture and Eddie Bauer and what's that other one? KC. KC yarns, I believe it is. I don't know. I don't think those will get picked up from Hirschner's. They may get picked up by somebody else, but who knows? You know, I know that I didn't. Like, I don't like the fuzzy, poofy, soft stuff anyway. So I've only touched the Juicy Couture, and I was like, yeah, that's not me. And a lot of the KC stuff I can't touch because it's got wool in it. Eddie Bauer. A lot of my tutorials are done in Eddie Bauer. Lately, my cotton yarns have been speaking. Callie, make a wearable with me, right? I really like the KC natural fibers. Bought a lot of it when it was at a good price and stocked up. Yeah, it's when you could stack those. And the Lucky brand, you know, from what I understood when that came out, it was really going to be a one-off. They were doing it as a one-off brand. They were going to, until they were all sold out again, and not bring it back. That's what I understood when it first came out. Like, I had it a few months before it came out because I got to play with it. It's a little too smooth for me, but I will use it. I used it in a shirt, and I'm going to be using it in a market bag. Hey, Nisi. And I've got a lot of it, so I'm going to use it. I don't prefer to use it, but I will use it. I got some Eddie Bauer cotton last year for a project. I'm really hoping enough when I get around to. Oh, yeah. I totally understand that. Oh, see, yeah. See, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it. It's just, for me, with it's too slick. It's too. It reminds me a lot of. I don't know. I want to say it's close to the Premier Gradient Cakes, how slick the Premier Gradient Cakes are, but a little bit slicker. And that causes some problems with me on the return pass because I can slip right through it, and you know, even with the wooden needles. And yes, I say Tunisian hooks are needles because according to the Crochet Guild of America and the Yarn Council of America, Tunisian hooks are technically needles because you're threading. We're not hooking. So the person who makes that comment every time, there you go. Sorry, I had to say that because every time I say Tunisian needle, I get one person that makes a comment every time, the same person, that says, I can't trust what you're saying because they're hooks, not needles. So I had to. No, I'm not, Nisi. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I can't say nothing, so I'm going to say I'm not. I don't want to jinx anything. That's why I'm not saying anything. So I'm saying I'm not working on anything. Was it my grandmother always called her crochet hooks needles? So I was in the habit of it. And then I was doing some research when that first got the comment. I was like, wait, Crochet Guild of America and the Yarn Council of America calls them Tunisian needles because you're threading yarn. You're not, technically you're threading with Tunisian and you're not hooking with Tunisian. You can call them either or. I call them needles just out of habit. From when I was a kid, my grandma always called her hooks needles, and it just stuck with me. And then it makes a lot of sense that the Tunisian hooks are called Tunisian needles. It can be called either or. It's interchangeable. Doesn't matter. I just wanted to point that out for that one person who always says, I can't trust what you're saying because you don't call them the right thing. Okay, let's see. Sandy. As long as you aren't offended or think we are gaslighting. No, I'm not. Right, rat black. Yeah, I don't know. That's just what I always called them, and that's what sticks. I do I do try to be as correct as I can, but after that comment, and then I did some research, and it's like, oh well, either term is correct. Okay, I'll do that. um, Sunita, the Lucky Brand bamboo. Don't get me wrong. I like the colors. I like the sheen that it has. I just didn't like how slick it felt. I I don't know. It's a texture thing. To me, it's just a texture thing that I didn't really care for. Now, I know some people like it. I'm just not a fan of it. Exactly, Rachel. Exactly. At least we can still get it. We're going to be able to still get it. From what I understood, Joann's was projecting to close, or the new owners were projecting to close the stores by middle to late May, but that may get extended because my local store, carries no more yarn. They're carrying pots and pans. They're carrying spatulas and utensils. Like, this isn't Joann's. So they are using these to get rid of a lot of I'm guessing, stuff from Big Lots and some of the other places they bought out to get rid of it. When you walk in there, it feels almost like you're walking into an Ollie's or Big Lots, and it's just like, yeah, no. So as soon as they close the doors on those is when I expect Hirschner's to be able to put it up. Yeah, and I know they got signs on the shelving and countertops. You want to buy this countertop is $200, or this display case is $100. You got to take it yourself. Hey, Fiber Tornado. Oh, wow, Kiwi. I know ours is staying open. They keep getting that crap. Yes, it is going to still be called Big Twist. They even announced it. Let me see if I can pull up. I pull up the announcement here. Let's see. Oh, no. Hirschner's Big Twist. And there's the announcement. And oh my goodness. Let me see if I can show this. I got to turn the brightness down so you can actually see it. You can see right there, they actually say, and I'm sorry it's backwards. I don't know how to fix that, but it actually says they will be carrying Big Twist yarn. On my community post or posts tab, I posted that exact same thing there, so that way you could see it too. You can see it in its full. Who knows when they're going to have it? Like I said, my legal mind says they can't have it until Joann's fully closes. That's also what I was told, so who knows? They bought the name. It's not really so-called bought. From what I was told, Kimmy, is Hirschner's leased the name for 5 years, the name and the product for 5 years, with an option to buy. However, that same formula or yarn is also being sold as crafting acrylic at Hobby oh my gosh, hobby.com out of Denmark. And it's called Crafting Acrylic. It's the exact same stuff, even to the colors. So they just, Hobby decided to put it under their brand name and didn't lease the Big Twist brand name. And yeah, that's all I know. Yeah, kind of like a rent-to-own deal to see how well it does for them. And I'm sure it's going to do wonderful, because the only thing I'm not going to like about it, though, is I'm a big lot number stickler. I love making sure I get multiple lot numbers. And I've never had a lot number problem at Hirschner's. But I still like to get, you just never know. I don't know what's going on there. So there we go. It was my understanding that Hirschner's bought the patent for the yarn. I thought that was a bit strange. I didn't know you could buy a patent for the yarn. Well, that's the thing. If they can't, you can sell the patent. However, they're leasing the patent to two companies. You can't sell the patent to two companies, but you can lease it to two companies. And they're leasing it to Hobby. And like I said, it's under the Crafting Acrylic. Go look at the names. Everything is perfect. I've talked to some people who've gotten some, and they compared it to their exact Big Twist, and it's the exact same stuff. And it's made in the same region. So and also what my contact told me is that it was leased to them both for 5 years. Only Hirschner's has the option to buy after that 5 years is up. And the only reason they leased it for 5 years instead of flat out selling it, because they make more money off the leasing it than they would selling it. Hi, the Crafty Gypsy, which doesn't make sense to me, but they're trying to liquidate everything, and if they can lease it for 5 years, that's like rent being due. Like if you own a property, you're getting rent, and so you can, in 5 years, you're making more than what you would have sold the house for. I guess I don't know. But that's a good quote. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a good seller for Hirschner's anyway, because it is, and I think it's going to drive more traffic to Hirschner's that isn't already there. And I think it's a good move on Hirschner's part. Now, if they're going to get it from the same factories, so the quality is still going to be the same. But like I said, I don't know about lot number aspects, because I've never had a lot number issue with Hirschner's, and that's their yarn. I don't know how it's going to be with, Big Twist. Are we going to have a lot issue? Hey, Mona, a lot issue. I don't know, because whenever I always got yarn at go to Joann's and got it. I always grabbed 10 of every color that I was getting, because especially if the project was going to have multiple colors. I mean, I have 10 wouldn't take a whole project. However, 10 of different colors would. So, but if I did 10 of each color, then I'd have several different projects. That was my thinking. And that's the thinking I pawned off onto Panda, so he wouldn't ask questions. Yeah, lot numbers are really important. Like we found that out. Well, not really. I kept telling Panda a couple years ago, lot numbers are important. Hey, Dom P. Lot numbers are important. Lot numbers are important. And then he wanted to do a blanket out of navy blue, and they didn't have any at the store, local Joann, so we ordered it. And of course, a lot of these companies don't have crocheters or knitters pulling their yarns, so they're just grabbing. So he was working this blanket up. It was halfway through of navy blue, and then he got Opened up the other package, total different lot number. Total, you could see the difference. So he had to scrap that project, and he was mad. And I was like, lot numbers are a thing. You need the lot numbers. He goes, well, if it's navy blue, it should be navy blue no matter what. Yeah, you would think. But oh, yeah, Callie. So I always made sure my lot numbers were exactly the same. Or if they didn't have the exact lot numbers, then I would compare the yarns together. And I never held them together touching. I always pulled the two, the starter strands out and then held them together that way, because I think when you're holding the two skeins together, it's harder to tell. To where if you could just held two of the strands of yarn together, it's easier to tell the difference than it is with a bunch of it. That's just my thinking. Or I held it against a white skein so I could see if there was a difference. I mean, my vision is kind of piss poor anyway. Yeah, and that sucks, Anita. Wow. Oh yeah, that's what we still have that all that navy blue. I'm gonna end up taking it apart and keeping the lot numbers separate. So if we need to do something with it, if we pair it differently, maybe we can get away with that lot difference. Because there's no reason to be throwing 10 skeins of yarn away. Question: is there any Tunisian crochet that doesn't start with back loop? Start with back loop. I'm trying to. Oh, starting chain. You're talking about the bumps in the starting chain. You don't have to really go through the back bumps in the starting chain. You can go through your actual chains. However, it's advised because when you do your bind off, your bind off creates pretty much the similar aspect as going through your back bumps on your starting chain. You can still go through the chain if you want to, but the back bumps on the starting chain and when you do your bind off are very similar in look. That's why it's done. Can you start Tunisian using a foundation row? I'm pretty sure you could. I just never have. I never really have. I'm gonna have to try that. Let me do it in my head real quick. Maybe I'll have to play with it, and I'll let you know. I mean, I got your text. I got your phone number, so I can text you. I'm going to have to play with that, because now you got me peaked, and I can't crochet it up in my head for some reason. Sam, probably. Because there's stuff that I'm sitting here like, okay, I can do this. How can I do this to this? And literally, I mean, I have where I normally would film at. I have a little smaller cube, and it has all my spare yarns that I film with. So I'll grab it, start working up, and Panda will come in here and be like, "Aren't you supposed to be working on that?" Well, shush! I'm figuring something out. Well, why couldn't you just write it down? Because it's in my head. I can't write it down. I've never done it, so I'll have to play with it and see. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't see why you couldn't. I don't see why you couldn't. I've never done it though. I don't know. I like the back bump aspect. That's just me. I mean, I like a nice clean edge that matches each other, and that's also why I do uh, a lot of my blankets have built-in borders because I like the clean edge, and I don't like having to sew a crochet on another border. I don't like. I like everything going uniform, left to right, not left to right and then all over the place. Okay, so Nita's done it. Yeah, and if you're having issues, hey Don Aaron, if you're having issues, um, I didn't see ya. If you're having issues with the chain, crochet it. Just do the chain in 0.5 to a full size bigger than what you plan on using for your project. Then it's going to make those back bumps a lot easier to get into. I've gotten to where I'm really enjoying the metal hooks. I still love my wood, but I'm still getting in. I do like these because these are very pointy and they actually get into the back bumps a lot easier. Yeah, let's see. You can start in the foundation. Great if you're making a bottom up sweater. I could see that, Chris. Let me go up. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. But yeah, Jojo, you don't have to use the back bump. I just do it because it gives a uniform look to the top and bottom. Hey, Barbara. Sorry, my eyes aren't wanting to work today. All right. Yes, exactly. Fiber tornado. It is. Hey, Sharon. Sharon, I can't even talk. It's what makes it comfortable for you. Like I tell when I'm filming stuff, and I'm like, make your work work for you. Don't make you work for your work. Which that means if you need to bend your project to get it onto your needle, and you don't have to bend your arms all that much, do that. Do what's easy for you. That's going to give you the less movement, less wear and tear on your hands, arms, and maybe even your elbow or shoulders. Make it easy. That's all. It's meant to be enjoyed, not to be frustrated. As long as you're happy with the process, the way it looks. Like I've always said too, it doesn't matter how you swim to the shore as long as you get to shore. You could swim a different way than I do, but the end result is the same. Just do it. But with all that, it is time for me to take the puppy out because I can hear her whining. And I want to thank you all for coming in and watching. And I will see y'all at the earliest. Will be on May 8th on Dee's Creative Hands that Thursday. May do a pop-up. Not 100% positive. But I want to thank you all for being here. You all have a great day. Love you all. And have a wonderful weekend and be safe. I know it's severe weather season starting, so be safe. Thank you again. Love you all. Bye.